I think there's plenty of probability for the BOJ to move. Obviously, they've been completely wrong-footed on this. They watched the Fed say that inflation was transitory and they'd be made to look fools for doing so, and they decide to ignore that and continue to forecast this fiscal year 1.8% inflation. Inflation's been above 2% for 15 months in a row. So when you are a country with as much debt as Japan, then allowing inflation to get out of control, I think, is particularly dangerous. But they continue to try and give this government printing the spending money as if they'd completely forgotten the experience of Japan in the 1930s, generating hyperinflation by doing the exact same thing. So I think the population of Japan is very frustrated. What was the government doing, thinking that it should charge the BOJ with printing money to drive up prices without any plan at all for getting wages up? I mean, finally, wages are moving, and I think that's the thing that's been missed out of all of this. Is finally the demographics is resulting in some very big wage increases in Japan. So the trade unions report wage increases of 3.6%. Keidanren, the big business lobby, 3.9%. That's the most that Japan's seen since 1993. So finally, Japan has hit the end stop on the working population. It doesn't pay enough to bring in immigrants from overseas. And I think from here on in, we're going to see inflation continue to surprise to the upside in Japan, driven increasingly by a wage price spiral. That, I think, is the issue that the BOJ's got to deal with. At the moment, it is printing money so fast. Its outright purchases since the start of December are 15.8% of GDP, just since the start of December. This is what it's having to do to maintain yield curve control. And I think already Ueda has said they're hitting, there's a famous quote of Ueda saying the BOJ is hitting the limit of what it can do. At the time he said, because it's already owns a third of the bond market. Now it owns 55% of the bond market, and it's starting to look Looney Tunes.